Look who's here. My first LS. Is it gonna change me? We're gonna find out. Alrighty, off to get the motor. I was gonna bring the trailer, but I got a bed. Should be able to fit in the bed, right? A couple straps, hooks. Yeah, it'd be fine. I got a favorite gas station. That's an all-race gas. That's when it all clicked. Life is too short. You make your own and snack it on 20 mac 4 gallons to go. Makes you really freaking happy. What's up? I built, this is the original one. Okay. And then I built, what, 3 more now. Oh wow. I'm on the way to pick up an engine for another one. What do you use them for? Everyday stuff. A little bit of drag racing, a little bit of road course. Mostly just daily driving. Errands. That's neat. Thanks. I like it. I'm in the wrong parking lot now. Free tire and everything.
Gotta come in. Okay, hang on, check it here. Okay, you're gonna give me an inch more this way, inch more forward. And that should be good. Okay, down until forward. We good on your side?
Yeah.
We're okay? Okay, ho!
Yeah.
Are we gonna hit your side or no?
You come in a little bit further?
No, he doesn't want to come in. He can tilt his machine. You gotta tilt your machine. Tilt for us. Thanks. Tilt for us. Okay, lift it up again. Okay, hang on. Okay, down a little bit. And that was right. Okay, what about strapping?
I got straps.
You do? Okay. Gently back. Do you need any help strapping it?
It should be alright.
All set. Oh, this is that. No, that's on it. You're set.
See if it makes it.
Thank you.
Now I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. So I got my engine stand. I got it on the high setting. I got it extended out. With the jack under the car to get it under the car. And now we're gonna try to lift it. So let's see what we can get. If it doesn't clear the side, which I think it might, I can always just take the wing off and drive the car away. But I don't know. It's coming. Look at that. Get it pressure washed. It's in the garage. It's a it's an L33. It's from an 06 Silverado. Supposedly had 88,000 miles on it. Obviously it's a truck engine like all the LS's. No one actually has real LS's, by the way, unless they're like very expensive drift cars or Camaros or Corvettes. So when you hear the word LS, it's one of these truck engines. Normally they're iron block. The reason I went with L33 is it is an aluminum block engine. It is 9.9 to 1 compression. It has 799 heads, which are similar to the heads on an LS2 or an LS6. And that's pretty much all I know about it. I am by no means an LS expert. I'm gonna learn just enough to make this work, but that's about it. And maybe then some. As far as engine management, I mean, these guys at the junkyard, they did me pretty dirty. They took and just cut the harness right there, which I'm pretty sure like 3 more inches was the ECU plugs, but they couldn't be bothered. But it is what it is. I'll get another harness. I'm hoping to get a standalone for this, but if I can't, I'm just going to use like a P59 ECU. Supposedly they can go up to 3 bars map sensors, which will give me almost 30 pounds of boost, which I shouldn't need. I'd probably be around 20. It'll give me flex fuel. It'll give me full control of this thing. I'll be able to keep pretty much just keep the factory electric throttle body on it, adapted to a shorter intake manifold, and run it. I'll need a shorter oil pan, a shorter intake. Obviously need turbo headers that come out that front, and then start tearing it apart. I don't know a lot about these coil packs. They got little heat sinks on them. They got a pretty big funky looking tray. I like to pretty this up, obviously. And then I'll have to do a new front thing. That water pump outlet is way too high. All I really need is a water pump because I'm in an alternator. The power steering is electric. There's no air conditioning, so I just gotta get a different water pump that fits my needs better, and then a alternator mount that pretty much puts the alternator down here. So I have a water pump belt and an alternator belt, and that's it. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Alright, so I'm going to try to show more of me. Because that's what all the other YouTubers do. But anywho, I got my engine. It is here. I pulled some stuff off of it. I pulled the pan. Typical LS stuff. I mean, there's 257,000 LS videos out there, so I'm not going to get all crazy detailed. I got the motor. I managed to break 2 of the exhaust studs, so those will have to come out another way. I'm thinking I'm just going to squirt some PB Blaster on them and maybe grab them with the vice grips, and if that doesn't work, I'll just weld, you know, a nut. I'll put a nut next time I got the welder fired up. I'll throw a nut on there and weld a nut onto it, and then maybe that'll work. The heat and the PB blaster and the nut, that should get it off. I did find out this motor is a 24 tooth. I googled that. It has the Gen 4 rods. I am going to pull the heads, obviously, to do the valve springs and things, but I'm going to also pull the pistons out and re-gap them. It's a hard decision because I've looked and YouTubed other L33s that have a like an 028 ring gap already, and it's like, well, that's a hell of a lot bigger than I already run on my Subarus. Why would I need bigger than an 028 ring gap? But I'm gonna pull them anyway, just peace of mind. It's not, I don't have to split a case like with Subarus, so I'll just loosen the caps. Once the heads are off, I will pull the pistons out, and then I'm going to gap them all to something like 030. I don't know. I got a little more homework to do on that. But I want to be able to, because I'm really hoping to keep this truck. It's going to be the developmental truck like my other one. I want to show that it can be done on a budget. Maybe I can get some sponsors on board. If I can get Holly or iTech or Aces, that would be beautiful. That would absorb a huge chunk of the cost to do this. I think I can afford, at least I better, if I can't afford a 4L80 from a junkyard, I shouldn't be building something like this. So that's the next step. I need that 4L80. I need to do it. I need the DOM tubing. I wasn't even gonna do DOM. I was gonna use regular, just 2-inch ERW, but the pricing from my old provider came back at just like a couple bucks a foot. So it's pointless not to go DOM just to save a couple $100. So that's what I'm gonna do. And with the DOM, at least I can really nail down the bend radiuses and everything for my 3D drawing, because I'm going to have this all drawn up in CAD so that I can recreate these with minimal effort. I'll get them laser cut. I'll have etching on them where I can bend them. It's another thing, I gotta get a 2-inch die for my bender. I only have, what, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 right now. So 2-inch die, the immediate purchases, 2-inch die, 2-inch tubing, 4L80, and a fuel tank. And once I have all that, I could build a chassis for this thing. So it's what, 1,000, 1,500, 20, we'll just call it $2,500. Sounds about right, $2,500. I can build from what you see in this pile to a rolling chassis, which isn't that bad. I keep thinking about selling my OG truck. It's like, why? $2,500. I mean, the frickin' standalone is gonna be close to $3 grand. I still need an oil pan, an LS1 intake, a drive-by-wire throttle body. I'm doing drive-by-wire. I want to see if I can get cruise control to work. Cause I mean, I plan on, if I build this thing, I'm gonna take this LS tech. I'm gonna tow with this fucker. This is an LS. I mean, it's reliable. So, man, it's cool as shit. It's gonna rear-wheel drive. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the rear-wheel drive. I'll probably end up putting it into a freaking guardrail or something. So I've never really had a high-performance rear-wheel drive car. So there's that. And then, obviously, I got the Eagle to finish. I got a whole bunch of parts. Wait till you guys see the parts I got coming from this thing. I wanted a standalone. Speaking of standalones, here's a Haltech Elite 2500 for this thing coming. And then I got these 2 bases to build for the Navy. I got some strainers to fix up. They want a nipple. They want an extra nipple. I got my regular bread and butter skimmers to build. And then I need another engine stand. It's got a spun bearing, so 4G3 guys don't smite me because I got it laying on the ground. It's blowed up. That is not blowed up. That's why it stole its stand. And those bolts, by the way, in case anyone's wondering, because I couldn't find them. These little stubs are about 3-inch long. And no matter what you read on the internet about these bell housing bolts being 3/8/16, they're not. They are M10 by 1.5s. And then, unless you think I'm wrong, you can leave it in the comments. That's where you can put your hate mail. But I put 3/8/16 bolts in there, and they only went in like halfway, and then they started getting real difficult. The M10 by 1.5s, which agreed with my thread thing and that. So, oh my God, an American motor with metric thread pitches in it. This thing's actually that's been the most frustrating part building this thing. Is you'll go like here, that's a 10mm. It's not a 3/8. I mean, all the intake bolts are 10mm. The oil pan bolts are all 10mm. So, and then the bell housing bolts, 15mm. They could be 5/8, I don't know, but I put a 15 on it, worked. So I'm a little away from home. Most Subaru stuff's all 10, 12, and 14. This stuff has been a mix of 13s, 15s, and 10s. I think this balancer is going to be a pain in the ass to get off, but I'm kind of not touching this until later. I do got to pull the heads, but I'm not going to pull the heads until I got gaskets and everything I need to put everything back together. The studs. So I'll pull the heads, I'll clean everything up, gap the rings, put the ARP studs in it, put the new springs, new valve seals. I'm never tearing apart a motor again without putting new valve seals in it. So that's that. And a pan. I need a low profile pan. So I need to shrink this thing. To fit in a chassis, it needs to shrink. But that's where I'm at. It might be a little while before I post another LS video because I ain't got the funds. I'm gonna reach out, which I've never done before, reach out to some companies to see if I can get some help financially on some of these parts. Because I mean, the other Exotrucks are like the most photographed vehicles in Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm not making that up. I can't go anywhere without people, 3 or 4 people at the gas stations, 10 people at Home Depot. I can't drive down the highway without someone videotaping me or photographing me. So, I mean, I'm a driving advertisement. I think, you know, all these other influencers like, oh, you know, but I mean, seriously, not to gloat. This is the most photographed and looked at car that I know of. Except maybe the John Shopping car and the Wienermobile. So, that's that for a little while, until I get some more parts. Watch this freaking video, like it, share it, do some stuff, subscribe. I have enough subscribers at the moment. I need more watch hours so I can start making some money to actually motivate me to make more videos. Even if it's a couple dollars. It's something. Right now I feel like I just post these videos and they go into a black hole. So let's get them out of the black hole. Let's help me make more content. See you guys.